Hey everybody, it's Jeff here of the mentor team at Realty Executives Cooper Spransey. When you're buying or selling a home, there are a lot of things that you need to take into consideration. So I'm sitting down with mortgage lender Eirik of Cross Country Mortgage to talk a little bit about the process. Today we're going to talk about how to buy a home when you also have a home to sell. Hey everybody, Jeff here of the mentor team at Realty Executives Cooper Spransey, sitting with Eirik of Cross Country Mortgage. One of the big things in today's market is people trying to figure out how they can buy a house when they already have a home to sell. So today, from both the real estate side and the mortgage side, we're going to take a look at what your options are if you want to buy, but you got to sell your home first. When people come to you and they're trying to buy, but they already own a house, and typically they think they need to have a home sale contingency to sell that house. What are some of the options that you guys might be able to look at to see if they can purchase without selling the house first?
So there's really two options that we have. So one is we can try to equitize. Equitize means to pull out the cash from the equity in your house. That can be done through a home equity line of credit or a home equity loan. Line of credit is better because it's an interest only payment, so it's nice and cheap to do. We also have, for certain people, the capacity to do a proper bridge loan, which a proper bridge is a no interest, no payment loan while you sell your house. It's usually a short-term balloon.
So normally, I know most people, they're like, well, I can't own two houses at the same time.
Right.
I mean, that's just kind of the mindset of most people. And for a lot of people, that's true.
Yeah.
But, you know, really when you're sitting in a market where your current home is probably going to sell fairly quickly.
What's going to sell? Yeah.
You know, what are some financial things that you guys might look at to see whether or not they qualify to own more than one?
I mean, the biggest thing is what does your debt load look like on a monthly basis? So do you have the capacity, do you have the room on a monthly basis to put in, you know, two payments? And it's not a full mortgage payment, right? If you get a home equity line of credit, you get a bridge. It's a much reduced payment, but it's on top of all that stuff. It's the new housing payment, right? It's potentially the old housing payment and then another one on top, plus all your other debts. So I wouldn't say that it's a lot of people that can do it, but there's a fair amount. Yeah,
cool. I know, you know, one of the things that we look at is, you know, we kind of talk through people, they have like 4 options, you know, as far as if they're trying to make this happen. So one is you can start shopping, you know, and then when you find a house, you can list your house. But the issue with that is when other home buyers don't have a home sale contingency, it's really hard to compete, right? Especially if you have a home sale contingency with this house that's not even on the market yet. Right. So that's not really always the best opportunity. Another one is that they can list their house first and then start shopping and try to time things up. But once again, you're probably going to have that home sale contingency in there, and the timing of things, you might end up with, you know, that weird homeless time period where you have to find temporary housing or whatever, and that can be challenging. And there's things we can do with like rent backs and stuff like that sometimes we can finagle. But those would be the two types of situations really where they're looking at that bridge loan or using the home equity line, right? In which case they talk to you. The other things that, you know, that we kind of talk about are, I think the best one is there any way where simply they can just flat out get approved without having to purchase? And because then having that confidence that their house is going to sell, we don't even have to worry about it. They can just go buy in confidence and then get that house going on the market.
You know, oftentimes though, when you get something like that, it's that people are, well, where's my down payment going to come from for the next house? So, you know, there's a lot of acceptable sources of down payment. It's not just from the sale of your house. It can obviously be from checking savings. It can be from investments that you have, 401ks or IRAs. People don't often understand that they can lean on those too to do that. You can get a gift from a family member to help you out, sort of a short-term bid as well. So those are all possibilities that we would explore when we chat.
Cool. And then I think like the last thing that we really talk to people about is just listing your house, knowing that you're probably going to have to rent for a time period. And sometimes that works because you know, step one is to get rid of the house, and then we're going to build, or then we're going to go shopping at a later time and point. And it does give you a little bit more control over the process that way. But ultimately, the most control you're going to have over your home buying experience in today's market is not having that home sale contingency,
Correct.
right? So talking about that bridge loan or a home equity line or finding other funds is really that key piece.
Yep.
Today's crazy seller market, the risk involved with buying without selling your house first, if you can find a financial situation to make it happen, is very limited. It's a great opportunity to talk to a mortgage lender to see what you might be able to do so that you can maintain more control over your home buying experience. Once again, I'm Jeff. This is Eirik. Thanks for checking us out. We'll talk soon.
Bye.